Welcome to the world of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, where we will explore the life and story of Genya Shinazugawa. Today, I'm going to tell you all about who he is and why his story matters. So let's jump into it. Hey everyone, it's Anime Hub here, and I'm excited to be talking to you about Genya Shinazugawa today. We'll look into his backstory, how his story ties into the plot of Demon Slayer, and how his character adds depth to this beloved anime series. At the time of his debut during the final selection, Genya was a short young man with large, inward slanting eyes. The space where his eyebrows would have been is constantly furrowed, which gave him a permanently angered appearance. His hair is styled into a buzz cut, with only a small clump of messy black hair left to grow on the top of his head. He also possessed a large, jagged scar that ran over his right cheekbone from his ear and to over his nose. Genya is seen wearing a purple, sleeveless yukata over a plain black shirt with long sleeves. Later on, when seen again in the Butterfly Mansion, Genya had a much more feral appearance, having undergone a growth spurt that put him at almost 6 feet tall. His hair is also much longer, worn in more of a mohawk style, the strands much longer and visible around his neck. It is also noted that he became more muscular and gained many more scars all over his body. His outfit changed to a dark olive green version of the Demon Slayer uniform, over which he still sported his old purple yukata. Genya is initially a foul-mouthed and ill-tempered individual, a lone wolf who refused any help from others and did not show any interest in being polite or having any manners. During final selection, he roughly handled Kanata Ubuyashiki by grabbing her hair and yelling at her. His ill temper and brash way of speaking heavily resembles that of his older brother, Sanemi. He became more open to cooperation during the battle against Hantengyu, an upper rank, where he worked alongside Tanjiro Kamado, Mitsuri Kanroji, and Nezuko Kamado. After some time, he learned to become more sociable and less ill-mannered towards others, particularly towards Tanjiro and his friends. Genya also appears to be very confident in battle, telling Azetsu to focus on him despite the latter already having stabbed Genya with his yari, and later announced his name to the demon and declared that he would kill him. Sanemi's refusal to acknowledge Genya made him insecure as he came to realize just how weak he is compared to his companions. Nonetheless, he did whatever he could to help his allies, even if it got him horribly maimed in the process. Despite his brother's harsh rebukes, he bore no ill will towards him, a belief reinforced by Tanjiro and eventually by Sanemi himself. Overall abilities: as one of the 5 that survived final selection, Genya possesses a relatively strong foundation as a demon slayer even without utilizing a breathing style. His skills were exemplified in the battle against Hanteng, the 4th strongest upper rank, when he snuck up on 2 of his clones and successfully shot 2 of them and proceeded to decapitate them. When he consumed the flesh of Azetsu, Genya managed to overpower the upper rank, stabbing Azetsu into a tree with his own yari and ripping off his head. When Mitsuri Kanroji, the love Hashira, was nearly struck and killed by Zohakuten, Genya, along with Tanjiro Kamado and Nezuko Kamado, managed to save her before the attack connected. After gaining power from Zohakuten, Genya became strong enough to pick up and fling a gigantic tree without much effort, surprising the likes of Tanjiro and Nezuko, and then proceeded to throw 3 more. Genya was also capable of ripping both of Urami's arms off. Against Kokushibo, the strongest upper rank, Genya consumed his hair and a chunk of his flesh katana, gaining enough strength to develop his own blood demon art, which played a pivotal role in the defeat of the upper rank. Demon consumption and empowerment. Genya possesses unnaturally strong jaws and special digestive organs, which allow him to tear off and consume the flesh of demons without any adverse effects. By devouring demon flesh, Genya gains demonic characteristics, such as fangs, dark sclera, and unique yellow tips in his hair. Sometimes, presumably because of how concentrated a demon's blood is, Genya can gain attributes related to the demon he devours, like when he gained Kokushibo's eyes, hair, and Demon Slayer mark, with his shotgun even gaining the appearance of the upper rank's katana. More importantly, Genya is able to become stronger after consuming a demon. For the most part, Genya gets an enhanced physical constitution, which makes up for his inability to use breathing styles, along with potent regeneration. The physical attributes he gained enable him outspeed a Zetsu and nearly decapitate him, as well as pick up enormous trees and hurl them over tremendous distances quite easily. His regenerative abilities enable him to heal after a Zetsu's technique tore numerous holes straight through his body, though it doesn't allow him to heal from decapitation, with Nichiren or otherwise. Upon consuming the hair of Kokushibo, his regenerative abilities were greatly heightened, allowing his severed torso to reconnect immediately, and even caused him to hear orders Muzan Kabutsuji telepathically gave Kokushibo. After eating a chunk of his katana, Genya even developed a unique blood demon art. Repetitive action, a technique taught to him by Gyomei Himejima to help him compensate for his inability to use breathing styles. This technique mainly focuses on Genya, repeating a set of words or phrases that assists him to focus on his given task properly and keep his mind clear and block out pain. For Genya, he repeats a set of prayer of the Amida Sutra to help him focus and steel his mind, as seen where he used this technique to focus his mind after being fatally injured fighting a Zetsu and, to a degree, replicate the effects of total concentration breathing. Fighting style. Dual wielding. Genya utilizes both a double-barreled shotgun with Nichiren cartridges and a Nichiren wakizashi placed on his rear hip. He is shown to excel in blending both long-ranged and short-range combat against demons. Against strong targets, Genya usually sneaks up on them to fire his shotgun and switches to using his wakizashi should he fail in doing so. Genya has quite a high degree of marksmanship, being able to shoot off Sakito's head and blow off a huge portion of Kiraku's and Azetsu's neck. He also nearly beheaded Sakito even while shocked by electricity. It has also been stated that he is more adept at using his shotgun than his wakizashi. 3. Vampiric trees. After devouring a chunk of Kokushibo's katana, Genya developed a unique blood demon art. It is formed out of his altered double-barreled shotgun, which fire flesh cartridges, which he can control the path and direction of. Once implanted into the target's body, the flesh bullets grow into gigantic trees, which root into the ground, enough to trap the likes of Kokushibo for a short period of time. As long as the bullets remain in his target's body, Genya can keep activating his blood demon art. On top of being used to imprison enemies, because the trees absorb a lot of blood to grow, it can be used to prevent targets from using their own blood demon arts, as shown when Kokushibo was unable to unleash a technique with a tree on his back. Genya Shinazugawa plays an integral role in Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba as he helps Tanjiro Kamado reach new heights on multiple occasions throughout their journey together, even sacrificing himself multiple times in order to save both Tanjiro and Nezuko from certain doom at the hands of Kabutsuji Muzan during their final battle against him in Tokyo Cityscape. While it may seem like he is just another character in this series at first glance, upon closer inspection one can see how deeply rooted his existence is within its lore, adding an extra layer of complexity that makes this show so enjoyable for fans around the world. That concludes our exploration into Genya Shinazugawa today. I hope you enjoyed learning more about him as much as I did. Be sure to share your thoughts on him down below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Until next time.